Hello. Okay, so today we are going to be doing a pick a pile tarot card reading. I got three piles. I'm going to make note of the time for each pile so you can skip to the pile that resonates with you. But right now we got pile one, pile two, and pile three. So whichever one you feel called to, um, getting a mini reading from, you can go right there. And I also do offer one-to-one 1 hour Zoom call readings if you want to go deeper and dive into this a little more. And I am going to start getting right to it today, starting with pile number one. So pile number one, I decided to pull all through tarot cards today. So we got the Rider-Waite tarot deck, this one over here, the classic, and then the other one that I am pulling from is the Fountain Tarot, which is also a very beautiful deck that I just do enjoy. So pile number one, let's go right to it. We're not wasting time today. So I got Strength reverse along with the Ace of Pentacles reverse along with the Empress reverse. So basically, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that you're feeling a little defeated right now. You are feeling defeated. Um, Things don't feel fun right now. You may feel overwhelmed. You may feel like there's just a lot of things going on, yet nothing's going on all at the same time. Like you feel like you're so busy, but there's like you feel like you're not progressing forward is basically what I'm seeing. Is that you're keeping busy, there's a lot happening, you're doing all the things, but you feel like you're not progressing. You feel like that the steps that were hoping to take to get to that next place is like they're not happening, so to speak. So it's almost like let's say you want to save more money, or you want to get more clients in your business, or there is like a certain steps in a project that you're doing that there you want it to get done. It feels like they're not getting done. It feels like the money is not coming in the amounts that you want it to. It feels like the clients are not coming in the way you want it to. And yeah, it's just like almost like a place of like feeling like giving up, but you're so busy too all at the same time that you're not sure what to do with yourself. You're not sure what to do with the next steps. You're not sure where to go from here. And you feel like you need to do something. Feel like, but there's just you're so busy. Um and so the message that's really coming strong is with that Empress reverse is tapping into your divine feminine energy and going out into nature. So, very much in the downtime that you do have in this go, 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 getting all shit done energy, find the downtime to be with yourself. Find the downtime to be with your intuition, be with Mother Nature. Less so much of like, oh, let me just chill and watch Netflix kind of downtime vibe, or let me go read my book vibe. It's more be in your own energy, in your own little bubble of like meditation, being in nature, whether it's going for a forest walk or swimming in the lakes. Like just find yourself in that space of going outside and surrendering. And surrendering is something that is like uncomfortable at times because it's not something that we're used to. We've been in a society that's like go, 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 do, do, do. So it can be uncomfortable, but that is where the ideas will come through, where the invitations will come in, where the next thing for you to respond to will come in. Because if you're too busy doing all the things, you're missing the breadcrumbs that the universe is showing you for those next steps to get the money you want, to get the clients you want. And so slowing down and creating that space for it to come in is important. And so sometimes when you're so busy, you're not creating that space for it to come. So slow down, chill, go in nature, meditate, breathe, do breath work. Anything that taps into you being in your body and in your intuition, like almost like doing nothing, so to speak. Find time in your day to do nothing, like no TV, No reading books, like nothing, just being in your space. That's pile number 1. Let's go to pile number 2. That's 5 minutes. We are going to pile number 2 at 5 minutes. Yeah, this is a speedy reading. Pile number 2. Okay, so if you pick pile number 2, I got 6 of Wands reversed with the 2 of Swords and the Page of Swords. Okay. All right. Guys, what's going on here? Everybody's feeling kind of off, I can see. Okay, you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're going. You know, you have zero direction. I was like, where's your next steps? And you are feeling not the best about yourself right now. You are not really celebrating. You're feeling kind of down and out, a little sad because you don't know where you're going. And it's like almost you are beating yourself up for not knowing where you're going. And it's not your fault. And it's okay to not know where you're going, but I get it. I get it when it's like when you feel like you lack direction, when you feel like, you know, the things that aren't like that you want to work are not working. And you're like, okay, but where do I go from here? Like, what do I do? And you're beating yourself up about it right now. You're kind of putting yourself down about that because of this lack of direction. So one, really pay attention to your thoughts, right? We got 2 swords here. We got 2 of Swords and the Page of Swords. So Swords is all about air. It's all about the mind. So very much pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to how you are speaking to yourself. This is what you're here to learn, because like sometimes we're not meant to know the direction we're going in. Or we know the direction we're going in, but it's like such a subconscious level that we consciously are not aware. And that's okay too. Either or, it's good. Because if we knew where we're going all the time, then it takes away the surprise of things to come through. So reeling back, pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to how you speak to yourself. And how can you shift that? How can you be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more kind, a little bit more loving? And the page coming in here, it's like almost like you're not the child. You're not like, and it's like you're very aware. Like you're not at the beginning stages of this kind of work, so to speak. You are very aware of your self-talk. You are aware of how you speak to yourself. It's just you're in the beginning stages of like shifting it. So you're paying attention. You're like, okay, yeah, like I see what you're saying. Yes, I am speaking shitty about myself. I'm calling myself this stupid, dumb, you know, like not good enough, not worthy. I notice that. You're very aware of that. But now it's just a matter of like, how can you shift it? How can you move forward through this? And being more loving to yourself. So I do recommend like inner child meditations, or like if you want to do an inner child workshop, I do have one on my website for $33. It's like an intro where we do a meditation, and there's journal prompts as well. Tons of stuff, good stuff in there. So you could definitely check that out. But that is something that I recommend, is like kind of really going in and checking in on your inner child and showing them love and compassion. That is one way that I would recommend. Another way is like look at all the things that you are being down on yourself, and it's like, how can you prove yourself wrong? What can you say otherwise? Like if you were talking to your child, or if you were talking to a friend, what would you tell them? Or another way to reframe it is like, what would your 5-year-old self tell you? What would your 90-year-old self tell you? What would your best friend tell you about, you know, you calling yourself stupid, or you calling yourself unworthy, or you beating yourself up because things are not working the way they should be, so to speak. So those are like two ways that you can like begin practicing a little bit more self-love, compassion towards yourself. And the blindfold, in terms of the direction, the blindfold will come up and you will have clarity in the direction, but trust the timing. Not everything happens in the timing it's meant to. So trust that, and trust that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You're not meant to be like 10 steps ahead or 5 steps behind. You are where you are. So that's pile number 2. Pile number 2, done. Ching, ching. Pile number 3. Okay. So what do we got here? So it's at 10 o'clock. Okay, so we got Judgment Reverse, 5 of Cups, the Chariot. Okay. You're looking at everything that's not working. You're looking at the empty cups. You're looking at all the things that are not working right now. You're looking at everything what's going wrong. You are just basically focusing on what's not working. But also with that Judgment Reverse is that you are meant to be sitting in this darkness, because this darkness is here to show you something. So it's uncomfortable. I know. I'm a Scorpio, sat in the darkness over and over and over again. Story of my life. But you are meant to sit in this darkness right now. You are, and this is probably not what you want to hear. You are meant to sit in the shadows. You are meant to sit in it and get curious about it. Instead of looking at it from the lens like, I'm so depressed, or this is all so shitty, be like, shift your mindset towards it. What am I meant to learn from here? What is this trying to show me? Get curious about the darkness. Get curious about that aspect of like what you're sitting in right now. The minute you start getting curious, the minute you start like looking at it from like, what am I supposed to learn here? Then it doesn't feel as heavy anymore. It like still is heavy, but it doesn't feel as much of a weight versus life sucks. See the difference? So you are meant to be sitting in this because there's something you are being shown here about yourself that you're meant to discover. And this is going to show you the direction you are meant to go in with that Chariot. So there's a path. There's a path. Right now you're in a fork in the road and you got 2 directions to go. Neither one is right or wrong. I don't know what that path is. And so whichever one you take, whatever it's going to come through is exactly what's meant to come through. But when you're sitting in the darkness and you're looking at all that's going wrong, it's really hard to make a decision on this path. So how can you get curious about darkness and get curious about you? Because the minute you focus on you, then it ripples out to the external environment. Then your external environment changes. And so, yeah. Sit in your darkness. Sit in the shadows. Yeah. And I do have a freebie actually for introduction to shadow work. If you're interested, it's on my website. You can find a link in the show notes if you want some guidance for that. But it's very much having a conversation with the dark side of you, with the darkness right now, with journaling, meditating. Journaling, meditating is usually the way to go. Being in your own space, getting curious about it, or even talking to somebody with it. Whether it is like a friend that you feel really comfortable with, your partner, or hiring a coach, a therapist, myself, whoever it is. Or it is sitting in your own space and figuring that out. I highly recommend really diving deep into this darkness and seeing what it's there to show you, because that path, it's going to make the path clear and you're going to be able to see which direction to go in and listen to your intuition, right? Right now, your intuition is not clear. You cannot hear it. So you don't know where you're going. You don't know which choice to make. There's 2 choices and you're like, I don't know which one to choose, because you're getting in your head and you're thinking about the logical approach, but both choices have pros and cons just as equally. So go inward. That is that. If this resonated, please like, share, appreciate it all. Like I said, I offer 1-hour Zoom readings, and also I did include a PayPal donation. If you want to make a donation, even if it's like just $2-3, I appreciates it all. And it's not mandatory, you're not required. I do this because I enjoy doing tarot readings. And that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.